As a part of microcontroller and its application course. Now let us have discussion about DS1306. In the figure I have shown one of the most recent module readily available in the market, which is RTC DS1307 RTC module with I2C. So this is one of the most popular standard. It is used in association with the microcontroller, or we can call it as a microprocessor. Conventionally, it is part of motherboard on like an IBM PC. On the motherboard itself, to provide hour, minute, and second, that is date and calendar components. These RTG chips are provided externally with the peak controller or microcontroller. We can interface it, and we can get the facility of obtaining date, time, and just the calendar related features. In general, real-time clock counts seconds, minutes, hours, date of the month, day of the week, and year, with leap year compensation valid up to 2100. 96-byte non-volatile RAM for data storage. It is having two time of day alarms programmable on combination of seconds, minutes, hours, and day of the week. 1 Hz and 32.768 kHz clock outputs. Serial interface support, Motorola serial peripheral interface, that is SPI interface. Serial data ports or standard 3-wire interface. Bus mode for reading and writing successive addresses in clock RAM. Dual power supply pins for primary backup and power supply. Optional trickle charge output to backup supply. 2.5 to 5.5 volt operation. Optional 2.0 to 5.5 volt full operation also available. Optional industrial temperature range 40 degree to plus 85 degree, minus 40 degree to plus 85 degree. Available in space efficient 20 pin TSSOP package. The DS1306, it is a serial alarm real-time clock, provides full binary coded decimal clock calendar that is accessed by simple serial interface. The clock calendar provides seconds, minutes, hours, day, date, month, and year information. The end of the month date is automatically adjusted for months with fewer than 31 days, including corrections for leap year. The clock operates in either 24-hour or 12-hour format with AM and PM indicator. In addition, 96 bytes of NVRAM are provided for data storage. And the interface, basically, it is a logic power supply input pin. VCCIF allows the DS1306 to drive SDO and 32 kHz pins to a level that is compatible with the interface logic. This allows an easy interface to 3-volt logic in mixed supply systems. The DS1306 offers dual power supply as well as battery input pin. The dual power supply supports a programmable trickle charge circuit and allows a rechargeable energy source such as super cap or rechargeable battery to be used for backup supply. The VBAT pin allows the device to be backed up by a non-rechargeable battery. The DS1306 is fully operational from 2.0 volt to 2.5 volt. Two programmable time of day alarms are provided by the DS1306. Each alarm can generate an interrupt on a programmable combination of seconds, minutes, hours, and day. Don't care states can be inserted into one or more fields if it is desired for them to be ignored for the alarm condition. 1 Hz and 32 kHz clock output are also available. The DS1306 supports a direct interface to SPI, serial data ports or standard 3-wire interface. An easy to use address and data format is implemented in which data transfers can occur 1 byte at a time or in multiple byte burst mode. As far as key features are considered, completely manages all timekeeping functions. Real-time clock count seconds, minutes, hours, date of the month, day of the week, and year with leap year compensation valid up to 2100. 96-byte battery-backed NVRAM for data storage. 2-line of day alarms programmable on combination of seconds, minutes, hours, day of the week. 1 Hz and 32.768 kHz clock output. Standard serial port interfaces with most microcontrollers supports Motorola SPI modes 1 and 3 or standard 3-wire interface, burst mode for reading and writing successive addresses in clock RAM. Multiple power supply pins is adding battery for backup, dual power supply pins for primary backup and power supplies, optional trickle charge output to backup supply, 2.0 volt to 5.5 volt operation, optional industrial temperature ranges -40° to 85° and supports operation in wide range of applications. 20 pin TSSOP minimizes required space, and under writers laboratory, that is UL, has been recognized this particular standard. Now let us move to a pin description. Actually, features I have repeated just for making it very clear that device specific there are some small changes as well. Now as far as pins are considered, so here you can see VCC 1, VCC 2 primary power supply and backup power supply, VBAT is plus 3 volt battery input, VCC-IF is interface logic power supply input, ground, then X1 X2 for oscillator, INT 0 bar and INT 1 interrupt 0 output and interrupt 1 output, SDI and SDO serial data in and serial data out, CE chip enables, SCLK is serial clock, SCR mode, that is serial interface mode, 1 Hz output and 32 kHz at 32.768 kHz output. So let us have a small discussion about these pins. So VCC2 pin provides an external backup supply voltage to the chip. This pin is connected to an external rechargeable power source. This option is called trickle charge. If this pin is not used, it must be grounded. Then VBAT pin, that is pin number 2. So this can be connected to external plus 3 volt lithium battery, thereby providing the power source to the chip externally as backup supply voltage. We must connect this pin to ground if it is not used. Then VCC1 is a pin number 16 and it is used as a primary external voltage supply to the chip. This primary external voltage source is generally set to plus 5 volt. When VCC1 falls below the VBAT voltage level, DS1306 switches to VBAT and the external lithium battery provides power to RTC. According to DS1306 datasheet, upon power up, the device switches from VBAT to VCC1 when VCC1 is greater than VBAT plus 0.2 volts. Because we cannot connect, connect the standard 3 volt lithium battery to the VBAT pin, the VCC1 voltage level must remain above 3.2 volt in order for the VCC1 to remain as the primary voltage source to the chip. The non-volatile capability of RTC prevents any loss of data. Then there is a ground pin number 8. Then SDI and SDO serial data in provides the path to bring data into the chip 1 bit at a time, and SDO is the serial data out. It provides the path to bring data out of the chip 1 bit at a time. 32 kHz is the output pin providing 32.768 kHz frequency, which is always present at the pin. X1, X2, these are two input pins, allow DS1306 connections to external crystal oscillator to provide clock source to the chip. We have to use standard 32.768 kHz quartz crystal. The accuracy of the clock depends on the quality of this crystal oscillator. Heat can cause a drift in the oscillator. To avoid this, we use DS32 kHz chip, which automatically adjusts for temperature variations. When using DS32 kHz for a similar clock generator, we only need to connect X1 because X2 loop back is not required. So this also you remember. Then SCLK is the serial clock. Input pin is used for serial clock to synchronize the data transfer between the DS1306 and microcontroller. Then 1 Hz, this output pin provides square wave frequency. DS1306 creates the 1 Hz square wave automatically. To get this 1 Hz frequency to show up on the pin, we have to enable the associated bit in DS1306 control register. Then chip enable, that is CE pin. This is an input pin and active high signal during the read-write cycle time. It must be high. Then INT 0, an interrupt request is an output pin and active low signal. To use INT 0, the interrupt enable bit in the RTC control register must be set to high. The interrupt feature of DS1306 is also applicable. INT 1 is interrupt 1 request. It is an output pin active high signal. To use this particular RTC control register must be set to high. The interrupt feature is also available with this particular pin. SCR mode, that is serial mode selection, this is pin number 9, input pin. If it is high, then SPI mode is selected. If it is connected to ground, the 3-wire mode is selected. In our general application, it is connected to VCC because we are programming it as SPI protocol. Then VCC, if pin 14, it is an interface logic power supply input. The pin allows interfacing of BS1306 with system with 3 volt logic in mixed supply systems. So this is additional feature which we get in general. As far as the connections are considered, then there is a kind of just a simplified block diagram. It is a clock, calendar, logic, then input shift register, and from that there is a clock, calendar, and alarm register, control register, and user RAM. And from control register there are 3 signals: INT 0, INT 1, and 1 Hertz. And from clock, calendar, logic we are giving 32 kilohertz and simultaneously the clock frequency. So control register, as far as considered, the write protect bit is there only, and this is high, prevents any write operation to its registers. Upon power up, the WP bit is undefined, therefore we must have to make it 0 before we can write to anything in the register. So this is the general case. Now, as far as address map of BS1306, there are total 128 bytes of RAM space with addresses from 00 to 7F. The first 15 locations, that is 00 to 0E, you can see in the figure. Just go through that: 00 to 0x00 to 000E. So they are set aside for RTC value, that is time, date, and alarm date. The next 3 bytes that are used for the control and status registers, you can see control register, status register, 0x0F to 0x8F. Then there you can see 0F. There are addresses 0F to 11 in hex. The next 14 bytes from addresses 1 to H to 1FH. They are again just reserved and cannot be used. Total 96 bytes. Then 20H to 7FH. So in the figure you can see 20H to 7FH. So here they are available for general purpose data storage. So they are skipped. That means the accessible locations and the respective addresses as shown in the figure only you can use. You can see there, that is for hour setting, for date setting, for month setting, and even the hexadecimal range is also given. This is directly from the data sheet. The time and data address locations and modes, as far as consider, the byte address 0 to 6 are set aside for the time and date, and then you can see here even the specific addresses 00, then 80 seconds, 00 to 59, then 0102 minutes, 81, and then 82 hours and 12 hours mode, 41 to 52 range hexadecimal. For mode setting also options are there: 0 to 1 to 12 and 2 to 0 to 23, that is for 24-hour mode. So both of them are possible. Then even for month and year, so 00 to 99, that is the range specified. So that also we can use. So this is the table which is giving you the idea about address locations for time and date. So there you can just see. Now this is interfacing which we have to do. So in general we have SDI, SDO, and SCLK. So these 3 pins are playing role. So we can connect, and SCREM mode we have to connect to that particular pin to VCC. Now it supports both SPI and 3-wire modes. So when we select SPI mode by connecting SCR mode pin to VCC, if it is ground, then it is 3-wire mode. Now here we will be using SPI mode. So three registers are associated with SPI of the MSSP module. They are SSP BUF, SSP con1 and SSP stat. To transfer a byte of data, we have to place it in SSP BUF, and then SSP BUF register also holds the byte received via SPI bus. So here you can see the formats. As far as SSPEN, we use SPI features, so we need these two registers. So SSPEN synchronous serial port enable bit, and serial port and configures SCK, SDO and SDI as serial port pins, and SSPM3 to SSPM0, D3 to D0 bit. So master clock combinations are there, 10, 01 and 00. We can use the rest of the bits are unused in our implementation of SPI. So for this particular DS1306 implementation. Then from SSP stat register, SMP and CKE, so clock age select bit and sample bit. So accordingly we have to configure, and BF is buffer full status, we are checking it. So in the loop. Now this is just a small kind of a overview I have just taken through the program. These are some of the steps which we have to follow in assembly language. Just I have shown. In order to pick 18F to transfer a byte of data using SPI protocol, it must be placed in SSP BUF. This first thing you have to remember. After writing to SSP BUF, we must monitor the BF flag bit of the SSP stat register to ensure the entire byte has been transferred. Then SSP BUF is also used as a destination for incoming data for SPI device. Now we can see the for setting the time. First of all, we have to write this move work register 00. First of all, we have done that move LW00. Then move WF, the SSP stat, read the at the middle, send an active edge. So CKE we have to set move LW 0x22. Then move WF SSP con1 enable master SPI. Say there are three options as we have seen. So we can use here F oscillator divided by 64. Then clear F trace C, because port C is playing role as far as 18F452 we have considered, for example. So from port C we have to consider the pins. Then cleared. Then BSF trace C SDI. So except SDI we have done. Then BSF port C RC2 make C equal to 1 for single byte called is delay. So small delay we can call here. Move LW 0x8F. So control register address we have given, call SPI and move LW 00. Second part is call SPI. Once again there is a small routine, and BCF port C RC2 make C is equal to 0, that is end write, and call SDA. So then again call delay. Now send the data to DS1306 in burst mode. So for that BSF port C comma RC2 we are making again C equal to 1. Then move LW 0x80, second register address, seconds, for seconds we want to set. Then call SPI, send address, move LW 0x55, 55 seconds, call SPI, send seconds, move LW 0x58, 58 minutes, then call SPI, send minutes, then move LW 0x16, so 24-hour clock at 16 hours, call SPI, send hour, BCF port C RC2, make C equal to 0, end. And now read write subroutine, move WF SSP BUF, load SSP BUF for transfer, and wait BTFSS SSP stat comma BF, wait for all bits. Okay, and then branch wait, so remain in the loop, and move F SSP BUF W, get the receipt byte return. So this is the module for simply setting the time. Very simple, straightforward. Then we have to go for say for example date, like we are just from Majdi I have taken this, so it is October 19 2004 we want to show. So for that move LW 0x00, then move WF SSP stat, read that middle, send an active edge, move LW 0x22, minimum beginning settings, move WF SSP con1, clear F trace C, then BSF trace C SDI, then BSF port C comma RC2, enable RTC, move LW 0x8F, control register address, call SPI, move LW 0x00, clear WP bit for write, and call SPI, BCF port C RC2. So send the data now to DS. So here it is BSF port C RC2, move LW 0x84, call SPI, again 19th, whatever you want, 19th month and October 10th. Uh, so whatever you are writing, 19th, then 10, then year is 04. So accordingly, just we have mentioned as a part of routine. And then SPI move BF, SSP BUF, again wait BTFSS, SSP stat BF bit, and branch wait remain in the loop, and again get the received byte return. And now in full course, we will have to write the routines like in assembly we have seen. Now here it is in embedded C. So for reading and displaying time, say for example, now here we have written four functions rather. One is unsigned character SPI, then void trans, so for setting purpose, and BCD to ASCII conversion, and then delay. Now in main program, just see unsigned character data 7 holds date and time, unsigned character TMP for BCD to ASCII conversion, and TI, SSP stat 0 in the beginning, read at middle, send on active edge, SSP con1 0x22 master SPI enable, oscillator frequency setting FS OSC divided by 64, trace C equal to 0, make port C output, trace C bits dot trace C4 equal to 1, that is except SDI, then trace C bits dot trace C7 equal to 1 and RX, then TX STA 0x20, so enable transmit and low baud rate, SPBRG 15, that is corresponding to 9600 baud rate. This is a figure 15 coming, so that we have to set. Then RC STA bits dot SPEN equal to 1, enable serial port, then trans 0x0A form feed, trans 0x0D new line. So those codes we have passed. Now get the time and date from RTC and save them. So while 1 port C bits dot RC2 equal to 1 is delay 1 SPI 0x00, and seconds register address is 0 to 7, we are data I SPI 0x00. Get time and date save. Port C bits dot RC2 equal to 0, that is make it 0 output, that is, and now convert for data 5 4 6 2 1 and 0. So second, minute, hour, year, date, month. Our format is MMDDYYHH So accordingly we have total 6 such say display bytes, and for that conversion is done trans 0x0D. Now SPI read write unsigned character SPI SSP BUF my byte, while SSP stat bits dot BF return SSP BF. So if not equal to, then go on doing, and void trans function. So here what we are doing is serial data transfer. So PIR1 bits dot TXIF. So we are checking that interflag, and TXR is equal to my character. So whatever we have, that we displayed there. In case of BCD to ASCII, we have lower nibble, so TMP and 0x0F. Then we have done the swapping. BCD to ASCII small program we have just written, temporary equal to temporary plus 30, you have to add ASCII code. Then again trans that the display trans is going to take that particular value, then again TMP my value TMP 0x0, again you interchange, and again add upper nibble and lower nibble. We have done the conversion, and in between there will be colon, so display separator. So this is a small, and this is delay routine. So in general, roughly, so we have used here 102, that whatever milliseconds you are going to pass from the routine, so that number, and second J loop will be of 135. So approximate delay we have just adjusted. So this way you can write your module, and you can get the RTC operation done.